Britain with Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid.
At 8:30, because it just seems inexplicable. If there are UK manufacturers here, there are warehouses here which have stockpiles of the kit, how are we then sending it
It's a total
abroad?
shambles. And the idea...
Healthcare workers and an A&E consultant in Derby has become the latest NHS doctor to die after contracting the virus. Workers.
He said on,
So
yeah,
the
he said on
refuse-
behalf... Idris Elba is interesting yesterday. He got into a bit of trouble on Twitter, Idris, over saying...
We should have one of these every year.
At the end of this, no, we should maybe have a week a year where we all go into quarantine, right, and relive this, because he thinks some of the benefits that you're talking about, Hilary, and everyone has said there's bad and there's some quite interesting good. And it was quite interesting. I knew what he was getting at, is that in that 1 week of a year, it's almost like a retreat, that we retreat from the mayhem and madness of normal, overpopulated, over-polluted, over-noised life.
But when you think of actually the reasons why we're doing...
Oh, no, listen, I think financially, the reason he got into trouble was people say, it's all right for you, you multi-millionaire. Yeah. Of course, all that kind of thing. Putting aside the financial hell that people are going through because of the lockdown.
And mental hell as well. I know a lot of people can see this time as a gift.
Yeah.
But there are people who are
I don't think anyone sees it as a gift. I think what people see it as, that they can see it as it goes on. And you get, humans are very adaptable creatures, aren't we? We've all kind of got used to it. You start to work out your new pattern of life. And I think what Idris was saying was, as you do that, whoever you are, but as you do that, there are clearly, whilst there's all this negative and misery and everything else, there are some things which actually are quite interestingly positive. We've talked about, haven't we? Nature, nature, the lack of pollution.
Well, it's like the planet
air,
is healing. The planet is healing whilst we're and underpaid.
Well,
that's
absolutely right.
You're talking about the Botox surgeons, the nail salons.
You know what, Dr. Hillary, you're absolutely right.
The hair salons.
Normally, I would tip my hairdresser. And, of course, my hairdresser is currently closed, as you may have noticed. I tipped the bin men this week.
I did.
Because the bin men are doing... I mean, honestly, they are doing the most essential work. And, yes, my director said, is it just men? In my area, it is just men. So I tipped the bin men. But...
I did. How funny.
They are throwing out our waste. You know, the tissues that we're blowing our noses into, all that, I mean, they must be at enormous risk of infection themselves, Dr. Hillary. I mean, it's a serious job for them.
It is.
This one was just washing the cat, but the cat's gone. Probably had enough. She's clean now.
The medical drama,
yes.
When it comes back, eventually, will it address coronavirus?
Well,
or will it, I mean, how will you handle that? Or will you just sort of pretend it didn't happen, do you think?
I don't know what, there's three of them wrestling.
In Britain with Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid.